let's do this. I want to do an experiment to start off this presentation. And Mikey volunteered earlier. Mikey, can you get on your Facebook right now? Can you get on your personal Facebook page? You don't have to share your screen or whatever. Just like get on your personal Facebook page.
All right.
Okay, I want you to make a post, and I want it to say, this is kind of biased because we're friends, but I want you to post something like, when our restrictions are over, I need to see an eye doctor. Do you guys know any good eye doctors in this area? And I will bet by the end of this presentation that my name or Scott Eye Care is going to be listed on there. Now, I don't know, Mikey, if you have like 100 friends, that doesn't apply.
I think I have over 100 friends.
Okay, good. Okay. On Facebook, not in real life.
Oh, no, I have more than that in real life for sure.
All right, I'm just kidding. But anyways, man, it looks like the Hargraves are joining now. Okay, it's posted.
When our restrictions are over, I need to see an eye doctor. Do you know any good eye doctors?
There we go. Sweet. So we'll check it. I'm going to pull up your Facebook at the end of the presentation, and I'll be willing to bet my name is tagged on there. And the presentation will show you how to get to that point. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody, and we'll get started. All right. And I will not allow participants to unmute themselves. All right. Okay, so yeah, y'all, this is truly the first time I've ever done anything like this. I don't know what I'm doing. Please excuse me. I'm winging this, and my dog will probably think he hears something during this presentation. He'll probably start barking. I want to apologize for that. But anyways, let me share my screen, and we will start. A little background on this is in 2018, I was asked to present at Social Media Day. Let's see if this will, there we go. Yeah, so Lafayette, every year, in many cities around the year, have what's called Social Media Day. Last year, they ended up combining it with Innovate, and it was like the Innovate conference, and it was a kind of a 2 or 3 day thing. But before that, it was Social Media Day, and they asked me to present because I have several Facebook pages. It's pretty unheard of for an eye doctor to have thousands of Facebook likes. You know, I have close to 3,000, but you know, my next competitor has something like 400 or 500 or something like that. So they asked me to present, and I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't have any experience, but I'll make something up. And it ended up being a pretty good presentation. Miss Monica was there. A few of my friends were there. But I decided, let's do this. Let's try it while we're all quarantined, and maybe I can help you guys get to a point in your business where you can delegate your social media to a company or to an employee or something like that. But it's best to start from the ground up and learn how to do it yourself first, and then go from there. So let's check it out. So the method I've called it internal Facebook marketing, and I'll explain why it's called that, and you'll see why it's called that. But basically, I find it's important to, first of all, wait, can you all see my slides? Can you give me like a thumbs up? Okay, cool. All right, thank you. So yeah, I find that the best way to market yourself, your brand, and your business is through your friends that you already have and your Facebook fans that you already have. So Just a little bit about me. I think most of y'all, know me. Went to Acadiana High here in Scott, Louisiana, UL. I went to University of Houston for optometry school. And in 2013, I opened my own clinic, Scott Eye Care. If you look us up on Google, we have a 5-star rating. We have like 200 something ratings. On Facebook, we're 4.9. I put a lot of effort into that because a lot of the optometrists around here are older and don't really know how to do that. And that's just another way for me to separate myself from them. They have that established patient base, so they don't really need to do that stuff. But it was a way for me to separate myself from that competition. Hashtag humble brag part 2 is I am a singer in a band. I play guitar and Dr. C in the Gree. My little side project, philanthropic project, is at Lafayette Community Library. Where we're set up at a local library, and you can check out a musical instrument with a library card. They have guitars, violins, rubboards, accordions, keyboards, banjo. We have a lot of stuff there, and it's been really cool. And that's something else that I do on social media, the band and the library. My next project, I haven't really talked about it much, but it's called This is Lafayette, Louisiana, and it's basically me wanting to showcase the awesome music that comes out of this area. So it's a project that I'm giving myself a lot of time to work on. Like I really don't have the time in the first place, but it's something I'm passionate about. And I've already have a Spotify playlist with over 200 follows. That's just Lafayette, Louisiana musicians. So that's something else I will undertake eventually. But anyways, here's my marketing background, in case you were wondering. I don't have any marketing background. I don't know what I'm talking about, if that makes sense. I don't know why you're here. I'm just kidding. But basically, I won't talk about your return on investment. I won't talk about advertising. I won't talk about any kind of measurements of any kind or any science behind this. This is all anecdotal. What's worked for me and what I think will work for you, and how you can get to a point where you can delegate this to someone else if you choose to. But man, it's really pretty simple. And I even have a mnemonic device about how to attack this. So anyways, before we get started, I want to make this point because I know a lot of you have a Facebook page and a personal Facebook account. So my point is, you must use both your business Facebook page and your personal Facebook. So both are equally important to your brand. In fact, your personal page might be more important, and I'll go over that in a little bit. So here's a conversation that might take place in 2020, probably before quarantine, but let's say I'm having a hypothetical conversation with my friend Brock. Ryan, what's been up, man? I haven't seen you in ages. I would ask you how things have been, but I've been seeing your Facebook post. And I'll be like, yeah, man, things have been pretty good. I saw those pictures of your vacation in the Florida Keys. That looked awesome. How's your dog doing? I saw that time he got lost, but you were able to find him after that Facebook post you made. Are you dating that girl you took a picture with that you posted last week? You had hover hands in that picture, so I'm thinking you're not. Your niece is really cute. I can't believe she's 3 years old now. Are you still doing CrossFit? I saw you post a mirror selfie that one time. Well, dang, I guess I didn't realize I post on Facebook that much. I've been so busy with work lately. All right. So, man, remind me, what do you do for a living? Yo, if that happens in 2020, then you got to take all those L's. You got to take all the L's because, because Facebook tells you, I mean, Facebook gives you an avenue to remind people every day what you do for a living, especially if you own your own business, you're an entrepreneur, you head a nonprofit. Take those L's if that happens to you. Anyways, I'm going to show you how to turn those into some dubs, right? So, in the age of Facebook and social media, everyone should know what you do, especially if you own a business, you're an entrepreneur, you do sales, you head a nonprofit, etc. So how do you get there? Well, you could post about your work, but that is boring. Okay, so getting up and dressed for work. And I'm really sorry to the person that I picked on stealing their status here. But dude, that's so boring. Like, why would you post that? Post this if you want to be buried at the bottom of the news feed. You need to get to the top of the feed so that when you do post about work, people see it and interact with it. People need to know what you do. You need to be the first person to come to mind. So how do you get there? So here's where the internal Facebook marketing comes into play. It involves getting to the top of the news feed, making sure everyone knows what you do, and then getting your friends and fans to do the work for you. So the reason I say it's just as important to be active on your personal page versus your Facebook page is because you'll see reports vary all over the place, but it's been shown that 10% or possibly less of your followers of your Facebook page will see any given post that you make. And so it's important to be active on your personal page. More people are going to see your posts, especially if you have a lot of friends. And it's important to post on your Facebook page. And then if you can get your fans engaged on it, then more than 10% of people will see it. But it's been shown that any given post could be 10 or less. No one really knows. Okay, you'll hear social media quote unquote experts say different numbers, but there's no such thing as a social media expert. I'll tell you that, because it changes all the time. So you guys know mnemonic devices: Roy G. Biv, Lefty Lucy, Righty Tighty. My very educated mother just served us 9 pizzas for the planet until Pluto got, the short end of the stick here and got taken out. And that's just not fair. I don't know. I'm pretty partial to that. But anyways, here's my internal Facebook marketing mnemonic. This is the most important slide of the presentation. Screenshot it, make notes, whatever. I'll send you this recording anyway. But the mnemonic is pretty please quickly locate a way to boost me in feed. Okay, and the letters stand for picture, pets, question, life event, accomplishment, work. Notice that work has an asterisk by it. Tag, babies, miscellaneous, awesomeness, inspirational, and funny. Okay, so remember, pretty please quickly locate a way to boost me in feed. So the way this works is you actually score. You're going to score a potential post when you're ready to make a post. For each of the criteria that you meet, these being the criteria here, your post scores 1 point. For example, a post of a picture of a funny dog is worth 3 points. Okay, because that's a picture, it's funny, there's a pet involved. You can score a bonus point if you intertwine your work into the post. But a post only about work is worth 0 points. more like negative infinity in my book. Okay, so the reason I say that is if I'm an optometry clinic and I'm posting about macular degeneration one day, glaucoma the next day, nearsightedness on Wednesday, I don't know, contact lenses on Thursdays, dude, that's so boring. That's not what social media is really about. I think that you should post things like that, but only if you're making engaging posts in the first place prior to those educational posts. So we'll talk more about this later. So let's go through each criteria. We'll start with picture. It's a given. Just about any post you make should have a picture or a short video, okay? So there are people like my mom who are readers of Facebook. Like they will go and literally read every post. But there's also scrollers, okay? So people will scroll until something catches their attention. If there's not a picture, you're not gonna catch these scrollers. So just an example, here's a picture of me, my friend Cassie, my friend Chris, the team that initially launched the musical instrument library. Simple, I'm exposing my friends to the library. I'm exposing Cassie's friends to the library because I tagged her. I'm exposing Chris's friends to the library because I tagged him. And I'm just showing people, hey, we're out in the public talking about the library. So it's a given that you should post a picture with just about any post that you make. Okay, next criteria is pets. So liking a picture of a pet is pretty irresistible, especially if you have a pet of your own. A pet will definitely equal a like, a heart, or a laugh. So here are some examples. This is my friend Courtney, who posted a picture of her dog trying to get a stick in her house. Okay, I thought that was hilarious. I don't know if you're a cat person, you might not think that's funny, but I think that's funny, and it was worth one of my likes. And as you can see, a lot of people liked it. So that's a very engaging post. Pay attention to this one. Okay, this is literally on my work page. It has nothing to do with optometry. Nothing to do with macular degeneration. And I even said in the post, we know this is totally not eye related, but we want to see pictures of our patients' dogs. Show us your puppies, okay? And look, 34 people posted pictures of their dogs, and those 34 people are probably going to see the next post that I make, okay? So if I have to resort to posting about, make your eye appointment today, or, we offer services for children, pediatrics, and the elderly, or something like that, those people are probably going to see it. The next criteria is a question. So this is probably one of the most effective posts if you do like an open-ended question. People cannot resist giving their opinion, listing a recommendation, or answering a question. Don't Google something, ask Facebook. So if if you ask a question, some smart ass is gonna get on your Facebook and say, why don't you just Google, or let me Google that for you, or something like that. But dude, ask Facebook. I mean, you can Google it too, but why miss that opportunity to create an engaging post? I also use this for what I call hashtag shower thoughts, and I'll get into that. But lately it's been quarantine thoughts, because we're all a little stir crazy and we're all having these weird thoughts in our heads. Most recently, I was questioning why gas pumps have the little TVs in the gas pump. Like, do I need to watch 4 minutes of TV while I'm pumping my gas? But that's besides the point. Okay, so I even used a question method to help me with this presentation when I made it back in 2018. Random nerdy question that will help me with my social media day presentation. what is your favorite mnemonic device? Okay, so you can see a lot of comments. I was pleasantly surprised. Even this person agrees with me. My favorite used to be, my very earnest mother just served us 9 pizzas, and she said, poor Pluto, and I agree with that. Okay, so here's a good way I've used question. What's a relaxing vacation spot that's not a beach? I got 77 comments on that. And where did I end up going? I don't remember where I ended up going, but it was somewhere awesome, I'll tell you that. I would definitely recommend you go to Asheville if you haven't and you like to relax. I've been to Asheville. It's awesome. Okay, I want to point something out. This question made the rounds early in quarantine, but I made this question in 2017. So I want to claim this question as mine. It says, what is something you don't care for that everyone else seems to love? I'll start below and I'll probably lose a lot of cool points. And man, that was probably my most popular post ever, 243 comments. And that's a total shower thought, y'all. Like, that's a shower thought. I mean, I do care about the answers and it's funny to read them, but the side effect or the secondary benefit of that is these people that commented on this post are going to see my future posts because they're engaged with this. And again, that's not to say I'm not interested in the input, because I am, and I am admittedly addicted to Facebook. But the secondary benefit is all of these people engaged with this post are going to see my future posts. And again, another post that just doesn't really matter. I was just wondering one day, what's your favorite snowball flavor? And dude, everybody pitched in their favorite snowball flavor. They even pitched in the places they like to get their snowballs. And of course, Paul, then at the time owning a bacon restaurant, said bacon. I bet there is a bacon snowball flavor somewhere. And anyways, this is a recent one I just put in the presentation today. And this was probably one of the coolest posts I've ever made. You know, I was noticing everybody was really happy and posting these fake happiness pictures of them and their kids drawing, you know, chalk art. And I'm sure everybody has their moments where they're enjoying the quarantine, but I do know that people are struggling as well. I mean, I can't imagine being a parent during this time. Suddenly school is being stripped from you, or daycare. Okay, I've said, let's cut the crap. Who is struggling with this and why? And I got 154 comments. And it was really cool. It provided people an avenue to kind of release their stress about the situation. And, you know, again, it's a very engaging post. So the secondary benefit is that these people will probably see my future post. Here's a cool one. This one always generates a ton of responses. This is my friend Lori, who's a realtor. She also heads Maddie's Footprints, which is a non-local nonprofit that helps people who have experienced stillbirth, a miscarriage, or infant death. She's a really, really awesome person in my Leadership Lafayette class as well. She posted 4 potential logos and asked people which one's their favorite. Dude, I've done this before for Myberry. This type of post will catch fire, okay? For you optometrists that are in this presentation, you can put like, hey, I want to get me some new glasses, or hey, this is our new frame line. Which one of these 4 do you like the best? And like, dude, 1 million people are gonna respond to that. They can't resist giving their opinion on it. Another thing you could do is instead of having the numbers, I probably wouldn't recommend this because then people wouldn't comment on it. But another thing you can do is replace the numbers with like a laugh, a heart, or whatever else, an angry face that Facebook gives you. But I'd recommend you ask people to respond with a comment. The next criteria is a life event, such as like a graduation, an engagement, marriage, anniversary, pregnancy, birth, new job, something like that. Okay, so if you're having a baby, you better post that on Facebook. I don't know anybody that's not gonna post that on Facebook, but don't go have a baby just to make a Facebook page, okay, guys? That made a Facebook post. But anyways, here's my sister. You know, she posted about her firstborn. It was actually on Mother's Day, almost 4 years ago now. And of course, people love that. They love to see, you know, your life evolving before their eyes. And so, great post to make there. Okay, getting married. My friend Gisela is here. She rarely posts on social media, but she did when she got married, and look how many people liked that. 150, 35 comments. I mean, I see the Hargraves in here. Y'all little photo album went on fire. So good job on that. When I opened Scott Eye Care, you better believe I posted that we're open for business and our phone number. I didn't even boost this post, and it reached 6,000 people, as you can see below there. People love to see people succeeding, chasing their dreams, opening businesses. There's a little bit of overlap with this next criteria, which is accomplishment. Okay, graduation, new job, new house or car, prize, weight loss, starting a business, work milestone goals, etc. So the day or a couple of days after I opened, no, this was the day I opened Scott Eye Care. I posted it. Everyone's been asking. We had a great opening day. 7 patients is more than amazing for a first day. We have more of the same for the next 2 weeks. Excited is an understatement. Thanks to everyone for the support throughout the past year, especially my mom and dad. My mom and dad were very instrumental in helping me out. And man, 107 likes with that. And you'll see later, I involve my work with this post. Where I went wrong was I should have posted a picture. Like, why didn't I post a picture? Damn it, Ryan. Okay, here's Lori again and her husband. Again, I mentioned they are the founders, or she is the founder of Maddie's Footprints. They lost their first child to a miscarriage and started this foundation that helps parents cope with that. And they had a gala in which 400 people attended, and they wanted to make that known that they had a success. And I was at that gala, and it was awesome, and it was cool to see. And then, of course, this post was liked many times because, you know, it's someone doing a great thing and succeeding at it. And look, you can see 40 shares of that video. So the next criteria is tag. Tag people in your pictures in your post. Make sure it's actually them in a post. I have been tagged in a picture of a hamburger. It was a friend of mine who was promoting his hamburger restaurant, and I don't know, I just wasn't happy with that. Like, if someone is gonna tag me in a picture or a post, I want to be in the picture. Like, I don't want it to be a hamburger. Okay, so if I'm gonna post a Scott Eye Care picture, I'm gonna ask your permission first. I think it's just the polite thing to do. Okay, or you can ask your client to tag themselves. Okay, so the more people you tag in a post, the more likes and engagement you're gonna get. Because let's say, for example, I'm in the 705. For those who aren't familiar, it's a local young leaders group. We meet monthly. We have several type of monthly meetings. I used to do their social media last year, and I would make it a point to take pictures or make sure someone was there to take pictures and tag everybody that's in the photo. And the reason I do that is because not only 705 fans, Facebook fans, are going to see that post. Every person that I tagged, their friends are going to see the post. And so the reach of that, of just tagging someone in a picture, just exponentially increases when you tag a person. Okay. Now you might be in an industry that has restrictions. Okay. So I'm in healthcare. I have to follow HIPAA. I make sure when I ask a patient, this is probably a little, I'm probably being a little overly cautious, but I'll ask them to sign a little waiver. Hey, can we post your picture on Facebook? But I really think it doesn't matter as long as I'm not sharing their diseases. You know, if I posted a picture of Rhonda and I put her full name and her history of diabetic retinopathy, I'd get in a lot of trouble. So research your restrictions as it relates to your profession before you tag people. Dude, I took a picture with one of the most respected weathermen in in the area, Rob Perillo, and I dressed as him for a parade. So I mean, of course, I'm gonna tag Rob. Rob has probably 5,000 Facebook friends, probably the limit. So of course I'm gonna tag Rob. You know, this post, this reach is just gonna be, and it was just for fun post, okay? But all of these people that reacted and commented will see future posts from me, okay? I probably should have posted that on the Scott Eye Care page, just so that all of his friends would see that I'm an optometrist. Looking back at that, I would have done it differently. Anyways, here's a way I involved a friend, okay? Sinead, she gave me permission to use her likeness on my Facebook page. She got some new glasses from us. I have these little cardboard cutouts that I use from time to time that looks like a Facebook post. And I tagged her in it, and it was important because as you can see, the person on here, Kip, he's a mutual friend of mine and Sinead. And that brought up his idea to make an appointment with me. So just by tagging her, her friends are seeing that, hey, Sinead's optometrist is Scott Eye Care. I should check that out. You know, I've been needing new contacts and I've been looking for an optometrist. So that's why I try to tag people, especially my friends. You know, it's just easier for them to agree to it. I thought this was super clever. It was two businesses that started beef with each other. Okay, so Wing Fingers is a local chicken wing place, and Brodus Burgers is a local burger place. And they started beef. Okay, they were arguing with each other on Facebook, Instagram. It was friendly, like they were just joking. Okay, but you know. Rappers that have beef, whenever they are you know, exchanging rap songs about each other, that gives them exposure. And so they were kind of parodying that and made beef with each other. And it was super popular, and it brought business to both of their restaurants. They actually had to stop doing it because it was so popular that people were taking it seriously. Like people would go to Brodus Burgers and be like, yo, wing fingers is where it's at. I ain't eating that Brodus. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was super cool. It's unfortunate that they had to stop doing that. Next criteria, babies. Okay, duh. You have a baby and you're gonna post your baby on Facebook, right? Who can resist liking a picture of a kid? And I mean by babies, I mean not just infants, but like kids in general. Okay. So here's my friend Ann. She posted a selfie with her newborn, and no comment, no caption or anything, just a selfie. And look at all of those likes, 136. Okay, and look, I'm not saying use your baby for Facebook likes, but if you involve a child, it's just to bring your awareness that if a child is involved with a Facebook post, it's going to get attention. Okay, the next criteria is miscellaneous awesomeness. Some awesome things just don't fit into the category, but are still awesome. And they must be posted. So here's a example. Okay, my friend Travis, he posted the video of a burglar taking his lawnmower, his riding lawnmower, and it went viral locally, and the news picked it up. And because of that, they were able to reacquire the lawnmower. And that was just such a cool post. People loved that he was able to get it back just from the power of social media. And the fun fact with this is that the belt was replaced. The belt was broken, and the burglar replaced the belt, and he got it back with a new belt. So that was cool. This is me and my grandpa. Okay, my grandpa has passed away since then, but this was probably one of the best moments in my career. He came to my clinic. He had macular degeneration very bad, meaning his vision was very, very poor. He once asked me, Ryan, do y'all ever get any kids that need glasses but can't afford them? I said, no, because a lot of these children have benefits. Okay, the state will provide children benefits, and they'll get glasses. And he said, well, if you do, let me know, and I want to pay for their glasses. And so I was just super proud that he said that. So I had to take a picture with him. And I don't know, that was just super awesome. And you can see a lot of people liked it. And the secondary benefit of it, okay, look, I've got my Scott Eye Care shirt on, tag Scott Eye Care. And again, like, don't feel guilty like you're using people for these posts, because it really is cool to have this tool to showcase when moments like this happen. Okay, I really wanted to share that with my friends that my grandpa, made that statement, and I thought it was cool. And he passed away not too long ago, and I miss him. So, anyways, next criteria is inspirational. Okay, so think about quotes, uplifting content, accomplishments. Okay, so there's some overlap with these categories, or things that make people say, I want to do that, or I can do that too. So here's my friend Ashley. She posted an inspirational post about how she loves to play music. She loves to sing. She loves to play ukulele. She asked people, what's their passion? Someone said steak. That might be his passion. Okay. But any type of inspiring post like that is great. The next criteria is funny. Is your post funny? Is it a funny picture? Does it involve a joke? And one very popular post you'll see is conversations with kids. Let's see here real quick. I'm just looking at some of these questions here to make sure that you guys are still hearing me. Some Mike says, use your baby for Facebook likes. Okay, anyways, back to the presentation. Is your post funny? If it is, it's gonna get likes. Okay, it's gonna get engagement. So here's my niece. My niece has this weird habit that she lies down in random places. And so my sister posted, she has these series of posts where with my niece lying down in random places. And that's freaking hilarious. You can see her lying down outside of a shopping center. And it got a bunch of likes. And she's since then posted a series of these as my niece grows up. And she still does this. She's almost 4 and she still lies down in random places. Now, where you can really excel is if you make combinations with these criteria. So now that you know the criteria, combine them for the best effect. So here are some examples of combos. Here's my friend Liam. Okay, if you don't know Liam, Liam is a very loud local voice, a very loud advocate for accessibility. Okay, he himself has a handicap. He's in a wheelchair, and he does some incredible things in this community. He was proud that he was accepted to the local university. So he posted a picture of his ID. And if you use my scoring system, that's a 4-point post. Okay, so +1 for a picture, +1 for a life event, +1 for accomplishment, and a +1 for inspiration. So that's a 4-point post. So the more points you get for your post, the more engaging it is. And probably the better results you're gonna get. Here is a picture of my friend Destin and Shades, a child who is obsessed with their dog, their corgi pillow. Okay, so it says she loves Chloe, which is their real dog, but Chloe isn't real sure of her, so she never gets to pet the dog. So they got her a pillow that resembles the dog. And so here's a 5-point post. Okay, there's a picture, there's 3 pictures actually. There's a sort of a pet involved. She tagged her husband in it. Okay, so all of his friends are gonna see this picture. The baby is in the picture and it's hilarious. So that's a 5-point post. Okay, so the last criteria is work. And the reason it has an asterisk is because don't post about work and only work. That is boring. Work should only give you a point if you combine it with other criteria. A post about work and only work is 0 points. In my book, it's negative infinity. I've probably posted about only work many times, but if you must post about work and only work, make sure it's after you've established yourself at the top of the news feed using the technique we just went over. Okay, so people will see that post because they've been interacting with it, but they may not interact with this post. But it doesn't matter because you're now you're the top of the news feed. So here's an example. It's just a 3-pointer, okay? But I posted, I always wear the wrong color shirt to the wrong places. I wore this to Best Buy. I always seem to wear red shirts to Target. And it gets me in these very awkward situations. So I got a post because it's funny. A point because it's funny, a point because it's a picture, and a point because I involved work. I've got that logo. I snuck that logo in there on y'all and got me a 3-point post. Okay, here's a 5-pointer. This is when my niece was really little. I put some glasses on her and it was super cute. And I've actually printed this out and it hangs at my clinic. I put when you're an eye doctor and you have a niece and This is a 5-pointer. There's a picture. I tagged my sister and brother-in-law because that's their child. There's a baby involved. It's funny and it involves work. So guess what? People that might not necessarily know me, but know my sister will say, oh, Jessica's brother is an optometrist. Huh, maybe I should check him out. Or my brother-in-law, he might know some people that I don't, and now they know that their friend's brother-in-law is an optometrist. Here's a 7-pointer, okay? It's a picture of me at graduation. My family decided to be hilarious or try to be hilarious and printed these large face cutouts of me. My brother-in-law is a sign, has a sign shop, so he made those and really embarrassed me at graduation. But +1 for picture, +1 life event, +1 accomplishment, +1 I tagged my parents and my sister. +1 it's inspirational. Some people are like, oh, Ryan did that. I can do that. I can go chase my dreams. +1 because it's funny, and +1 because it involves work. Okay, so there's a 7-pointer. Here's one that's negative infinity, but I thought it was funny, so maybe there is 1 point. So if I hear from my boss again about how I need to look more professional at work, even though he gets in a fight with his girlfriend every day, yelling at each other all day in front of the customers who pull up, I'm gonna flash out. Okay, so okay, I'll give him, it was funny, but like, dude's gonna get in trouble, man. Like, someone's gonna see that and report him, okay? Don't post stuff like that. People are not gonna interact with it, and you'll get buried at the bottom of the algorithm because people aren't interacting with your posts. Like I said, maybe it was a little funny. Okay, so now you know how to get to the top of the news feed. Now you know how to make sure everyone knows what you do for a living, or what you're the head of, the nonprofit you're head of, or that you're a real estate agent. How do I get my friends and fans to get the word out? Well, they're going to do it. Okay, so again, I tagged Shanae, and because I tagged her, her friends are going to see that I'm an eye doctor. That kind of did its work on its own. Here's something I do that you can consider doing if you have employees. I do a staff spotlight. I ask them silly questions like, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite travel destination? And then I tag them, okay? I tag them because there are many people that my manager, shown here, probably don't know that she's a manager at an optometry clinic. And people will love that. They love to see people being spotlighted, especially if it's their friend. They love to see people working. And it's actually, rewarding to the employee too. They like being spotlighted. It's something that is very engaging. Consider doing that for your page if you have employees. Okay, so what this all comes down to, and we're gonna check Mikey's post here in a little bit. If you are late to the meeting, I asked Mikey to make a post. Who is a local optometrist that I can see once quarantine is over, and we'll see if I'm listed there. But anyways, here are examples of 4 posts that people made asking for eye doctors. And I was mentioned in all of them multiple times, especially this one right here. Anyone love their eye doctor and don't charge a crazy price for a contact lens exam? 1, 2, 3, 4 people tagged me in that post. So it comes full circle, guys. If you are active and you're making sure everyone knows what you do for a living, or your business, your brand, your nonprofit, your company, it'll come around. You just got to be active on both your personal and your Facebook page. Here's another thing I do. Like I said, your personal page is just as important as your, or more important than your professional. Occasionally, I will post a picture of an eye disease, and I will ask people what is going on in this picture. And what this does is it accomplishes that beating the dead horse of, hey guys, we're friends and I'm an optometrist. So think of me whenever someone asks for an optometrist. Think of me first. The second thing this post does is it shows people that I do way more than just glasses and contacts. A lot of people in 2020 don't understand that optometrists do way more than glasses and contacts. Okay, we treat disease, we fit specialty contacts. You can try something like this with your customers, your clients, your patients. Or I'm sorry, this is friends only. Okay, and again, it's just to reiterate that, hey guys, I'm an optometrist. Think of me first. Okay. So to summarize, use both your personal and your Facebook pages. Use the techniques on both, okay? Don't just talk about work on your Facebook page. That's a quick way to lose an audience, all right? Hargraves, it's totally okay to post about dogs on your chiropractor page. And I know y'all have like 8 dogs and they were all in your wedding. It's totally fine to post about dogs on a chiropractor page. It's okay to post about a fun night out with your nonprofit board. Okay, so show people that you're human, and post. When you do fun things, when you do cool things in the community, you might not want to show a picture of your bored shit face at Legends. Okay, but consider making fun posts even on your professional pages. And last but not least, remember, pretty please quickly locate a way to boost me in feed. Okay, again, this presentation is not meant to replace any marketing firm. It's really just to get the ball rolling, okay? One day you'll be busy enough to hire a marketing firm. And here are 2 awesome marketing firms I know locally, Rally and Cloud9. They'll not only do your social media, they'll do SEO, search engine optimization. They can connect you with someone to do your website. They can capture email addresses. They can do your email list. These are some awesome companies, but they cost. And you've got to get to the point where you can hire them and delegate your marketing. But this is where you start. So that's it. Before I stop talking, I want to check Mikey's post. Let's see if someone recommended me on the post he made when we started this presentation. Man, I have 17 notifications. Jeez, I've got to stop. Quarantine's got me really lonely, y'all. So I'm like, I already posted a shit ton on Facebook, but now I post like double because I don't have those socials that I love to go to after work. All right, I already see my name here, okay? When our restrictions are over, I need to see an eye doctor. Do you know any good eye doctors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's just a proof point, and it's kind of unfair because Mikey and I have a bunch of mutual friends. But I just wanted to show you guys that what I do works. And if you do anything similar to it, you're gonna nail it into your friends and your fans' heads about what you do for a living, or what your passion is, or what your nonprofit is about. Okay. So again, like I said at the beginning, I'm still winging Zoom, so I'm still not sure what I'm doing. Stop share. Okay, there we go. All right, now I see everybody. Cool. So let me see. I have like 8 questions here. I have problems with friends and patients, even my own sister, being able to tag my business page from an Android phone. Yeah, so one tip I have is, man, you have to try to do all of this on a computer. The apps, Facebook is just really bad about the functionality on their apps. If you can, do it on a computer. But yeah, I don't really know how to fix that. Ashley says, not being overly cautious, you're doing the right thing, having them sign a release form before I tag a patient on Facebook, and I agree with that. Someone says, I must come from good stock with a grandpa like that. I agree. My grandpa was awesome. Any tips on helping people understand your services are essential? Dude, just post like daily on your personal and your professional page. Post that you're seeing patients, that, make it a point that it's probably because of you that some patients can walk. Okay, so it's essential that they see you, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to walk and go to the grocery store or whatever else is essential during these days. Yeah, I would just say nail that in our heads, man. Post a picture on your personal page tomorrow of your table at the chiropractic clinic. Post on your professional page. Ask people to share it. If you ask someone to share something, they're going to share it. Holly says, totally unrelated to Facebook, recommendations on free/low-cost website services for a startup nonprofit. If you're looking for a local business, I really like Comet. Comet Developers does my website. They're reasonably priced. They'll give a nonprofit discount if you're a nonprofit. If you want to tackle it yourself, which honestly, I made my own website when I started, I like Squarespace. Squarespace is really easy. You can use Wix. You can use WordPress, but I like Squarespace. Kelly says, thank you. Con says, thanks, Ryan, aka Dr. Scott. I hate that. Don't ever say that. Don't ever call me that. Thank you for your time. Thank you. You're awesome. Helpful tips. I'm going to utilize these tips. I'm surprised at the response on my page even that quickly. Mikey said that. Kayla says, Darren, your baby's beautiful. Darren is already utilizing that cute baby, Allie said. Anthony says he uses Burning Stick Creative, reasonable and great service. My personal page has so much more engagement than my business page. I'm going to use more of these tips for our business side. Yeah. So give it a try. Keep me posted. I'm going to watch all y'all Facebook pages anyway and see how you do after this. I know Christy Pennison has used a lot of my tips. She's a counselor. She's really thriving now because she's implemented telehealth for her therapy clients. And she's already ahead of the curve using social media. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and see if anyone has any questions they want to ask, via video. I guess, again, I'm still winging this, but if you want to ask a question, let me know. Let's see. How can I Unspotlight? No. I just spotlighted myself again. Cancel spotlight. There we go. Okay. So, does anyone have any questions? You can raise your hands. I don't think I can see everybody on the screen though. Told you I was winging this. Unmute us. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So, Sarah Solomon, she raised her hand digitally. What do you have for me?
So do you find there's a better time of day to post, or do you think that has anything to do with anything?
Yeah, that's a good question, and something I should have addressed. I'm going to mute you guys again. Something I should have addressed on the presentation is that you can schedule a post on if you have a Facebook page. There's a part of the page where you can get into it and schedule the post. So what I typically do, especially when I am when I was head of 705 marketing, or social media, I would get on Sunday night and I would schedule the week's post all on Sunday. And I just personally found that 10 o'clock in the morning works for 705. It works for Scott Eye Care. And then 8 o'clock at night. I've tried different times. But I think it's because like people are, 10 o'clock, they're like, is it lunchtime? Let me check my Facebook. And then at 8 o'clock, they're winding down for the day. But there, like I said, there's no science behind any of this. It's just what's worked for me. Who else has a question?
Starting Corinne Bay.
I think I already do Nutty Scientist.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions,
Got a bird.
my people? I hear Hargrave talking in there. What's up, Hargrave? You good, man?
I'm good, man. All I hear is chirping.
Yeah. Well, cool, guys. I recorded this. I'll send it to you guys if I can figure that out. But yeah, I just wanted to do this. I thought it would be fun. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. And I'm looking forward to watching your Facebook posts from this point on. All right, guys. Everybody's good. Y'all healthy. Everybody's good. Y'all staying out the hospital and all that. Man, I continue to pray for everyone that you're safe and that you're healthy and that you can get back to your daily routine. So, all right, guys, that was fun. I'll see y'all around.
Thanks, Ryan.
Great job,
Thank you,
Ryan.
Ryan.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.